Welcome, spiritual seeker. In today's video, we're diving deep into a topic that many of us often overlook but need to recognize: spiritual attacks. You might be wondering, what exactly is a spiritual attack, and how do I know if it's happening to me? Well, you're in the right place. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear understanding of the signs that show you're under a spiritual attack and, more importantly, how to fight back and regain control. If you've felt a sudden shift in your peace, or if you've noticed yourself struggling in ways you've never struggled before, this video is for you. If this resonates with you, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. You don't want to miss out on any of the spiritual wisdom that can change your life forever. Let's start with recognizing the signs. Understanding spiritual attacks. Before we dive into the signs, let's first understand what a spiritual attack is. A spiritual attack can be defined as any type of distressing or destructive experience that affects your emotional, mental, or spiritual well-being. It may not always be immediately visible, but over time, it wears you down, taking away your peace, joy, and sense of self. These attacks often come from negative energies or forces seeking to prevent you from reaching your spiritual and life potential. Spiritual attacks can manifest in many ways. They're subtle and often begin with small disruptions in your life, but if ignored, they can snowball into larger, more overwhelming challenges. The key to fighting back is recognizing these signs early. Sign 1: persistent feelings of hopelessness or despair. One of the first signs that you might be under a spiritual attack is a sudden and persistent feeling of hopelessness or despair. You might wake up every morning feeling weighed down by an unseen force. Your goals and dreams suddenly seem impossible to achieve. This sense of hopelessness doesn't seem to go away, even when you try to think positively. These emotions could be a sign that negative spiritual forces are trying to infiltrate your thoughts and convince you that you're incapable, unworthy, or destined to fail. It's essential to combat this by actively practicing gratitude and acknowledging the blessings in your life, no matter how small. How to fight back. To overcome this, remind yourself that this feeling is temporary. You are not defined by these thoughts. Reconnect with your source of faith and affirm your worth regularly. Surround yourself with positive affirmations, scriptures, or spiritual practices that encourage your inner strength and resilience. Sign 2: sudden and unexplained fatigue. Another clear sign that you might be under spiritual attack is unexplained, overwhelming fatigue. Have you ever felt like no matter how much rest you get, you can't shake the tiredness? This is a common symptom of a spiritual attack. Fatigue can drain your physical, mental, and emotional strength, making it harder to focus, be productive, and engage with others. This type of fatigue goes beyond the physical. It can affect your spirit, leaving you feeling uninspired and spiritually disconnected. How to fight back. Take time to rest and restore your energy. Practice grounding techniques like meditation, prayer, or simply being in nature. Sometimes spiritual attacks aim to sap your energy, and the best defense is to regain your vitality by focusing on self-care and rejuvenating your spirit. Sign 3: strained relationships and isolation. If you've noticed a sudden decline in your relationships or feel isolated from your loved ones, this can be another sign of a spiritual attack. These attacks often lead to unnecessary arguments, misunderstandings, and emotional distancing, making it difficult to maintain healthy connections with others. Spiritual forces can create division, fostering resentment, anger, and loneliness in your life. This causes a sense of disconnection, leaving you feeling like no one understands or supports you. How to fight back. Communicate openly with those you care about. Restore peace and understanding in your relationships by focusing on empathy, forgiveness, and reconciliation. Avoid letting anger or pride control the narrative. Reaching out to trusted individuals for support and prayer can also create a shield against further isolation. Sign 4: unexplained bad luck or misfortune. Do you ever feel like things just aren't going your way? It seems like no matter how hard you try, something always stands in your path, blocking your progress. This constant feeling of bad luck or misfortune can often be a sign of a spiritual attack. It's important to note that not all misfortunes are spiritual attacks. However, when a series of negative events seems to follow you with no reasonable explanation, it could indicate that you're under spiritual oppression. How to fight back. Start by recentering yourself. Take a moment to meditate and reflect on your mindset. Are there negative thoughts or limiting beliefs you've been holding on to that might be attracting this misfortune? Break the cycle by shifting your perspective and adopting a mindset of abundance and possibility. Sign 5. Sudden loss of spiritual connection. When you're under spiritual attack, it's common to feel disconnected from your higher power, your inner self, and your spiritual community. This disconnection can make you feel as if your prayers are unanswered or your spiritual practices no longer serve you. This loss of connection can be a direct result of negative spiritual forces attempting to block your spiritual progress. It's like a fog that prevents you from seeing or feeling your spiritual truth clearly. How to fight back? Regain your connection by making time for spiritual practices that nourish your soul. Engage in prayer, meditation, or reading sacred texts. Seek guidance from a spiritual leader or mentor. Don't be afraid to ask for help from others who have walked through similar struggles. Sign 6. Negative, self-sabotaging thoughts. A major sign that you're under spiritual attack is the sudden onslaught of negative, self-sabotaging thoughts. These thoughts may cause you to doubt your abilities, question your worth, or convince you that you will never succeed. These thoughts often come out of nowhere and seem irrational. Self-doubt is a powerful weapon that can keep you stuck, preventing you from moving forward in your personal or spiritual journey. How to fight back? Combat these thoughts by affirming your worth daily. Use powerful affirmations that counteract negativity. If you've struggled with negative thoughts for a while, consider journaling or seeking therapy to work through the underlying issues. Strengthen your mental and spiritual muscles by focusing on your accomplishments and the progress you've made. Sign 7. Heightened anxiety or fear. If you've noticed a sudden surge of anxiety or fear that seems out of place, it could be a sign of a spiritual attack. This anxiety might manifest as an irrational sense of dread or panic, even when everything in your life appears to be going well. This overwhelming fear can block your ability to think clearly and act rationally, causing you to become paralyzed by uncertainty and worry. How to fight back? When you feel overwhelmed by anxiety, pause and take deep breaths. Ground yourself by focusing on the present moment. Remember, fear is a tool often used by spiritual attacks to paralyze you. Counteract fear by trusting in your higher power and reminding yourself of your past victories. Practice gratitude and mindfulness to break the cycle of anxiety. How to fight back? Spiritual warfare techniques. Now that we've gone over the signs, let's talk about how to fight back against these spiritual attacks. Overcoming spiritual attacks is not about fighting with your strength alone, but rather about invoking your spiritual power and using practical, transformative techniques. Here's how you can fight back. 1. Strengthen your faith. Trust in your higher power more deeply than ever. Prayer, meditation, and affirmations can help build a spiritual shield. 2. Guard your mind. Protect your thoughts. What you think affects your spirit. Fill your mind with positive, empowering thoughts and sacred teachings. 3. Spiritual protection. Use prayer or rituals that invoke spiritual protection, such as wearing protective symbols, using sage, or calling on spiritual guides for help. 4. Seek support. Surround yourself with positive, like-minded individuals. Share your struggles with people who can offer prayer, wisdom, and guidance. 5. Embrace forgiveness. Holding on to bitterness can allow spiritual attacks to gain strength. Forgiveness is one of the most powerful tools to break free. 6. Take care of your body. Your physical health plays a role in your spiritual well-being. Eat well, exercise, and rest to ensure your body and spirit are aligned. If you've noticed any of the signs we discussed today, don't feel defeated. This is just the beginning of your transformation. Recognizing these attacks is the first step in regaining your strength and power. Armed with these strategies, you can fight back and rise above the negativity. Remember, you are not alone in this journey. Reach out for support when needed. Stay grounded in your faith and trust that you have the power to overcome any challenge. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe, share, and leave a comment below. We'd love to hear your thoughts or experiences with spiritual attacks. Together, we can grow stronger. Take care, and remember, you have everything it takes to fight back.